Hey everybody, I am Elisha Christopher. Thanks for tuning in. It's another beautiful day in the garden, and if you will, take a deep breath in and let go. I want to talk today about releasing. There is so much going on in the world right now, and I know for so many of us, there's also so much going on in our personal lives and in our interpersonal worlds. I did this video yesterday on honoring our emotions, and am right now going through the process of a family pet is moving towards his transition out of this life. And talking to my mom this morning was really kind of the last straw that kind of broke the bubble, if you will, and spent much of my morning just in tears and crying and kind of weeping. And there's this grief for this soul that I love that is preparing to leave the world, and then also just really tapping into the collective grief and how many people around the world are grieving the loss of loved ones, or grieving the loss of a way of life that has ended, or grieving out of the fear of potential futures that seem to be falling away, or in the really kind of deep realm of the unknown. And that there's a lot of grief, and there's a lot of emotional buildup, and there's a lot of energy being experienced by each one of us right now. I really feel it and experience it myself. And I also find that sense of grief and that deep sort of emotion is also creating a deeper sense of connection with the people in my world, and some really synchronistic experiences have been popping up between me and other people around me. And I realized this morning that it was in that process of finally being able to hit that release button and just really weep and cry and let the energy out that has left me a little bit exhausted, but has also kind of, I feel, cleansed me in a way. And I was at the last couple weeks at home. We've been doing a lot of cleaning and purging projects here at our house, the people that I live with. And when I went to the recycling center / landfill last week with a van full of stuff that we were purging and getting rid of, almost everyone else there in the line of cars all had trucks and cars full of what was clearly stuff being purged from their houses. And I thought, how interesting that in this time, one of the responses that all of us are having is to start releasing stuff, to start letting go of stuff. And I just want to encourage all of us today to really be in the release. And what is it that we can start to let go of? Do you need a sad or emotional movie to sort of push you over the edge, to get those tears flowing, to let all the built up grief start to move out? Or perhaps you need to clean out a closet or go through a storage room and just get rid of some stuff. Because I know that in the process of clearing and cleaning the closets and the storage room and the little piles in the yards, that there's a greater sense of beauty and ease and order and comfort and groundedness in my physical space from the cleaning. And then I also today just feel this sense of relief and sort of expanded just comfort and relaxability that I haven't felt in a while. I feel like I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety building up over the last couple weeks, just in my interactions and in my thoughts. And this sort of emotional bubble that sort of pushed the tears out, I feel, was such a cleanse. And I just started really acknowledging what a powerful practice the release really is. And whether it's the emotional release or the release of built up stuff, it's just the clearing and the making of room for newness that allows that breath of fresh air and that sense of ease and awe to actually make its way back into us. Because oftentimes it's hard to really let the emotions out, or to honor them when they show up and not try to sort of run away from them. And through my experience of depression and anxiety and sort of emotional struggles throughout my life, I've really learned to go into the anxiety as opposed to run away from it. Go into the sadness instead of try to avoid it. And that oftentimes going into it provides a pathway through to the other side. And one of the greatest advice you can give someone with anxiety is, if you have anxiety and you feel an anxiety about something, then the best thing to do is do the thing you feel anxious about, because the energy will dissipate almost immediately. And so it's about releasing our stuckness, releasing our fear, releasing the built up energy, and allowing ourselves to move through so that we can arrive on the other side. And in this time where there is this collective human experience of grief and fear and anxiety and tension and unknown outcomes building up in all of us, let us use this time as an opportunity to really practice the power of release. And so I encourage you today to watch something emotional, whether it be happy or sad, to push the laughs out or push the cries out, or to go clean out a closet or a drawer, make some room, find a way to release something, and see how that opens up some space in your life, in your heart, in your mind, in your living space. And perhaps you can find that sense of breath that I've been looking for, that I found this morning through the release of tears, that might give a little bit of freshness to today. So enjoy this beautiful day. Find a way to engage in the practice of release. And if you appreciate what you're hearing, please subscribe to my channel or share this video with a friend, someone who you think might be willing to hear it, and I will see you tomorrow.